I'm classifying that as being right on time, even though some of the stuff isn't fully set up right now. It'll give it a couple seconds for it to freaking even out and realize that it doesn't have to freaking take 50% of my CPU in order to generate that while I'm putting the shirt back. I need to get better about freaking removing the shirt when I start to overheat. But yeah, we are back in... Oh, fucking hell, dude. Some people, dude. Let me find the song that I'm after. Not really after that. What is the... Okay, that's what they're called. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. This is going to freaking cycle through, like, everything real quick, because, of course, it lagged as I was freaking... There we go. Trying to select a song. Because I can never have anything work properly. Also, let me do this. I want to do this. I want to have Foo mount. While my music's booting up, I'm going to get my drink set up. I wonder what the minimum requirements are to get like a gamer subs sponsorship kind of deal. I don't think they're as high as either of the individual sites. I mean, obviously, in that case, I'd be taking a while before I get any, like, big deals like freaking a cup or a freaking... flavor, but neither of those are really, like, an immediate goal anyway, so that's fine. Like, I wouldn't even have that on my radar as a goal until, I don't know, a couple K on either site. Speaking of which, oh my fucking god, I hate new tissue boxes because like half the time it's just freaking... the tissues just break on the way out. I mean, for Christ's sake, I already have 3 tissues here that are freaking ripped. And the third one that I freaking had still has to be upside down on my freaking... mouse pad because it freaking ripped like halfway through. Let me organize things. That way I can look straight at you guys, while I'm freaking doing this. I can have chat, and I got my media player here, and we'll be freaking golden. I do need to... adjust this. Because this isn't the most recent art anymore. Also, it doesn't even look like I put much of a gradient on the mural piece. I forgot that this is square. Because I was just doing a bust piece, so I freaking forgot that I squared it off. This is actually, like, the first, other eggplant art that I haven't been, like, in some way disappointed with. And it's at the same angle that it was for all the others, pretty much. The face always, like, came out weird in the others. I think that I may adjust some plans that I've recently had. I got so much goddamn burning debris on my fucking hand that it is peeling in like the entirety of my index finger. Left index finger at that, which is really fucking weird. I did add another thing to my calendar, because today was Camilla's birthday. And I've made a decision in regards to art. If I get, like, jump scared by a birthday, I'm not going to try and cram a piece in the 24-hour period of it. The reason that I freaking got the calendar set up is so that I know about it ahead of time. Rather than trying to cram it last minute. So we're full stop. Just if I find out about a birthday or an anniversary last minute, it's not happening. I'm not stressing myself out about it. I will add it to the calendar so that the following year, know about it, but I'm not freaking stressing myself out about it. We are currently cooking at 100% of our CPU on just chatting. I have no idea why. I mean, part of it's because Media Player's apparently still trying to scan through all of its stuff. It's freaking on its own cooking up around 10%. But so far so good on new schedule. I did oversleep today a bit, but not too bad. I got like you see in the corner, I got art done on the 9th. After I ate, I felt much better. Yesterday, I had a nice productive break day, got some cleaning done. Sunday, I might pick blackberries. That'll be nice. Assuming that it's not torrential rain. I've been keeping up on my exercises pretty well. We're still early on that, so hopefully I get it into a habit. I got short form video done. It's not one that required me to do any scripting or anything, so we'll see how that plays out. If I have clips that I can just freaking quickly turn into one, then for sure I'm good. Which I do still have some sitting around that I haven't, done yet. But I just decided to toss together a little shit post as I called it an appetizer. And it did better than expected, honestly. Considering it has been, what, 4 months since I last uploaded anything in shorts or anything? So I've been kicked out of the algo on both of those for the most part. And even those were the trailer teaser thing for the new outfit, so those didn't even really do terribly well, I don't think. I guess that there was, I don't know, was my trailer more recent or was my... I don't know which was more recent. kind of just want to skip to this right now as far as what we got. Oh, we'll actually be at the top of the new me segment, like, right after the next song. That actually lines up perfectly. Apparently, it's been a month of a lot of people crashing out, like... Obviously, I've talked about mine. And 2 other friends have apparently also had theirs going on. And then, like, the usual crash outers have been crashing out as, like, just on schedule. But I don't really talk about them very much because business as usual. But after this weekend, one of my things will be cleared up. So I'll be golden in that regard. Then all I have to do is worry about, you know, the usual stressors, because PC's still a problem. Tariffs are making that worse. Freaking money problems. Freaking you know, the works. I did get approached by someone that approached me might even be a month or so ago. About a game that they wanted me to play, and I wanted to wait until new PC came in before I responded to them on that, and then that fell through, and I forgot to tell them that I don't think I could run the game that they did before. The game that they offered me this time around, I think I might play tomorrow. Because it's notably less intensive, it seems. It's like in the same field as like Balatro. So I was like, alright, I could play that on stream. And unlike last time, they gave like examples of people that played the game. And had a video along with it. And I was like, okay, let's take a look. And they definitely... And since, like, one of the people is someone that I know of, I don't know them personally. But, like, I decided to take a look. I'm like, okay, we'll see. And I looked into the video, and it's like, yeah, okay. This is definitely the person that they say it is, and... And they mentioned that they'd seen me play... I mean, to put it bluntly, it's like... They saw me play Balatro, and that was like their example. They're like, oh, it's similar to this, and like... The fact that it's like a deck building roguelite and whatnot. And I'm like, okay. And it's like, we reached out to Shizu, who has also played it. And I looked into their video and I'm like, okay. I can confirm that you're legit, and I looked up, because I don't know if it's due to the stuff that they wanted to put on their, like, advertising thing or what have you. But, like, I'm gonna be honest, I was a bit cautious. Because, I mean, I've been approached by people that are just trying to scam or freaking fish or whatever in the past. And obviously my size, I'm like, I don't know of a lot of people that are going to be like reaching out legitimately for... I guess that I guess that I've got like more sway than I thought that I did. I don't know, I don't... Especially given the freaking recent things where I've been skipped over due to my freaking size in exchange for people of larger size for certain things. I'm very self-conscious about that kind of stuff. But I don't know, like I said, we'll probably play that tomorrow for FAFO Friday. Because they obviously also had, like, footage and whatnot. And the game looks fun. So, I feel like we'll at least give it a shot. As far as if CPU actually allows me to play it. That's a question of itself. I might have to swap out for the old CPU, to be honest, in the near future. Maybe I can set it to overclock and give me a little bit of extra power. Because the old CPU supports overclocking, where this one doesn't officially. So, we'll see how it plays out. I think that desktop may have been a bit optimistic in guessing that we were going to have our CPU, or not our CPU, but like our full PC upgrade by the end of the month. So I don't know. I'm gonna also have to figure out what we're going to be playing. We're shifting my content for a while. After we finish up... Deponia. Because I'm not entirely sure how many point and clicks I have. After we'd finished Deponia. And we only have one Deponia game left, which I'll be smart this time. Even if I've gone through Chapter 1 and 2 super quickly, I'm not going to go, okay, Chapter 3 out of 4. Which it wound up being 5 chapters, not 4. I'm sure that we'll wind up having this done in only a couple hours, so I don't want next stream to be super short as a result. 11 hours later. I had fun with it, but god, did I not intend to freaking stream for 12 hours. But, I don't know. We'll see what happens. I do want to try playing that game tomorrow for FAFO Friday. And then we'll see how things play out from there. And Monday we'll move on to Next Eponia. And maybe next Thursday we'll have it be an art day. Tuesday's gonna be an art day for sure. Wednesday's gonna be... I need to balance a few things out, because I haven't really had time. I mean, we're like week 1 of my new schedule, of me actually having my schedule written down. And I'm still kind of work in progressing like some of the finer details of it. But I don't know when the like game portions of Tuhu are going to be uploaded. One of them's a lot of luck and a like really rough spot, because one of them is the super boss of Artificial Dream. Which the fact that there's an achievement for an ending C makes me a little worried. Because I have no idea if I have to go back in order to, like, have the alternate ending where I just leave Jinsokyo or what have you. Because I believe that was an option when talking to Yukari after fighting her. Which would require me to, you know, running through the whole thing. Again. I could probably find a way to, like, cheese things or what have you. But I don't know. I don't remember what the max level was for everything. That being said, though, I am a bit excited for, at the very least, tomorrow. Play around with the new... I don't know if... the game that I received for free. Calling it a sponsorship is a very strong word. I'm not getting paid to promote it. They requested and they're like, hey, do you want to take a look at this game? It seems up your alley. And I'm like, all right. My MIU just broke for a moment there. That's ominous. Also, I haven't set up the bot to spam Bald yet whenever Bald happens. Which is something I want to do. If I have D&D this Saturday, I don't know if I'll stream. If I do, it'll probably be on Teber's stream. I should specify that now before we actually get into that point. Rather than springing up on you, oh, sorry, we're not streaming today, woo! Whoops! I need to, like, time out my schedule a little bit better. Granted, I don't want... What I need to do, effectively, is set my schedule to be all of my stuff that is timed to be after stream, because if it's not, then waking up late fucks up the entire thing. If it's afterward, I can do whatever. I can, like, say I end at midnight, like the usual plan is. Which it would probably be closer to 1 right now, because due to the heat, I've been starting at like 9. But say that we do that, right? Then I eat. And then I have, assuming eating takes like an extra hour, because I yap for 30 minutes to whoever we raid into. Because, like, as we've done, or as I mentioned on Twitter a few days ago, if I get completely ignored by the person, and they, if they actively do, I'm not gonna count, like, people that I don't get to talk, or, like, we raid into ad break, but, like, people that specifically decide to do it just to be dicks. Then we don't raid into them again. But, like, I mean, obviously this has already been established, but, like, a couple weeks ago when I had a little bit of sadness because all of my stuff broke right after we raided Harper, and it was also right before their ad break, then we didn't have our little yapping bit. I don't count that against. Because A, it was bad timing, and B, it was my computer's fault. But, like, we've had people that just go and don't acknowledge it at all, or actively try their hardest not to acknowledge the existence of any of us when we hop in. And, you know, that just kind of, I don't know, isn't as enjoyable to raid into. Because it's when we raid into it and then it's like, oh, hey, what were you doing? Hey, we're doing this, you know, the usual song and dance that happens whenever a raid happens. Then it can easily flow from, we were doing X, to, oh yeah, I've been meaning to check out, or hey, this looks interesting, like, what is it? Or if it's something that it's something that's like heavily story-oriented, like we raid into freaking... And I don't tend to do this unless it's like a friend, but like Outer Wilds or Inscription, where I'm trying to actively avoid spoilers, I can just be like, oh, well, the game looks good, I hope chat enjoys it, I'm gonna lurk, because I don't want spoilers. But that stuff only really happens when it's friends, because I'll avoid raiding into stuff that I'm avoiding spoilers, because I do want to yap for a little bit. Where was I at? What was I talking about before we went on that tangent? I don't remember. But yeah, it's just one of those things where it's nice to, you know, interact with people and whatnot. And I get in my own head a lot about freaking certain things that a lot of people don't actually care about in certain things. And then I think that I'm freaking, you know, close with people and they actually do care about those things, then we wind up with an incident like this. But it's one less thing I have to worry about soon. At least as far as it being, like, fresh in the brain kind of deal. Or constantly, like, in my face. Then I rejoin certain places that I've left as a result, blah blah blah, and it's all hunky-dory, and all we have to worry about is our two big problems. Which would be nice to get fixed, but... God, 25% tariffs these days, like, after the freaking readjustment. That's such bullshit, dude. Really throws a wrench in the whole thing. Freaking, I don't know how much, like I said, I don't know how much we got for the insurance. But I know that it's definitely gonna, like, cause a problem. So, I don't know. I've got like a half dozen... I've got a half dozen fucking things that I'd like to do, but I can't. Like, I'd like to do Ace Combat, which was redeemed a while back, which is what we swapped out for Alan Wake. I'd like to do Gothic Armada. That'd be fun to do. Stalker 2, which I'd have to buy on its own. Being able to do quick jogs again would be nice. Continue some of the series that we dropped off because they just won't. You know, all kinds of stuff that would be fun to do, and I just don't think that the computer would run them. But for now, we just kind of chill. And we try and figure out what we can do. Which unfortunately might wind up becoming, I mean, stuff that's easy to edit, I guess. But at the same time, not my kind of content that I normally try to do, you know? Yeah, it's good to... I had to check a freaking tweet that I liked last night to see what happened. And I did get a reply from one of the people involved, and they're very positive about it. I don't know. I always got to take a look and whatnot, because a lot of people doom and gloom stuff about it. And go, oh, well, you can't do that, fucking blah, blah, blah. Or they don't want to acknowledge the fact that people that they're trying to say are freaking... I mean, to put it bluntly, the word that they use half the time is mean girls. They're like freaking... Or they use the NZ word. But, like, I mean, this one's in regards to, like, this person posted a group of people that they would like to collab with, that they look up to. And I wish that I had this kind of, like, confidence and whatnot. I'm a little envious, to be honest. But, like, Cotton responded to them and was like, oh yeah, I'd love to do that. That sounds like fun and whatnot. And it's like, people are going to be mad about that because it goes against their freaking logic of, oh, all the big VTubers only really care about you if you have fucking X percentage of their following, 75+% of their following, because otherwise they're not going to view you as being worth their time, blah blah blah. And it's like, that's not how it works, dude. They are humans, you know. I mean, maybe jumping straight to saying, hey, we should collab is like, I guess, you know, if you're being the most critical that you can possibly be, maybe a little forward, like, content-wise or something, but just because you're mad that you can't say, oh, they only care about big people because they, you know, are willing to actually talk to people below what you say their threshold is going to be, and that they're showing that they're not freaking exclusivists or whatever the fuck your freaking logic is, just because your narrative is falling apart about how anyone above a certain point is bad people, and now you should only follow me because I'm smaller and thus still human. Just because that you can't freaking prove that because there's proof against that now, doesn't mean that you need to freaking, I don't know, freaking be an asshole or something. People are people. Just, you know, accept them as people. Like, you can look up to people. Like, I mean, it's not even them looking up to people, I guess. It's them placing people on, like, a pedestal that they're then trying to freaking knock off the pedestal with shit-flinging. And anyone that tries to, like, have a conversation with them is going to get hit with freaking backwash or whatever on their freaking strays as a result of it, because they can't accept that, hey, just because they have number does not mean that they're not a person. They're still people. They still have autonomy. And they still are going to have, like I freaking keep saying, like, Zen is the big example of it. Zen likes to freaking Zen likes to adopt other VTubers. Zen likes to occasionally go out and be like, I like the looks of this one, and this one. Would you like to collab now? I'm adopting you. Zen is like the VTuber version of the like old joke about how extroverts will adopt introverts and then start bringing them out into like the mall and whatnot. And then, like, some people will get mad at, like, fucking others because they don't do that as well, but they're people. They do have their limits as to how much they can do. Like, some of these people have a lot going on in the background. And everyone has their own, like, physical and mental limits. Just because they're not, like, going out of their way to do what you can see from the face does not mean that they're not doing a lot of shit. Because, like, I know how much shit goes into the back end, and I'm doing significantly less than some of these, like, people are doing. Also, I paused the music because of that break on Twitch now, actually. So I'll be right back. I gotta pee and refill my water. Sorry, YouTube. Guess you were... Oops. This isn't the screen I want to be on. Forced to have it. Guess you're gonna have to deal with the music restarting every hour. Because I really just kind of want to use my music there. I don't know. I don't understand why freaking people do some of the things they do, though, dude. Or like why they... I don't understand the mindset, I guess, is the best way to put it. It's ironic, I guess, in a way, is considering how, like, hard I am on myself, most of my freaking brain logic goes into, how do I turn this into me improving my shit? Because part of the reason why I've added to my schedule is because I've seen... Actually, let me see if I can find the person again. I was just looking at their stuff earlier today. No, not that person. I don't know if it's something safe enough for me to put on Twitch as like an example. There are two people that I saw that reminded me another reason why I wanted to like batten down my schedule. And I'm going to lag like hell while this is loading because Twitter, for some reason, is so goddamn bloated at this point that it alone just skyrockets my freaking CPU usage. It is at 23% right now, by the way, for Twitter alone. Is this the right person? No. I don't think so, anyway. Unless they changed their profile picture just earlier. No, this is not the right person. Blah, 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 blah. This person. This is the person I'm looking for. Can I get just your... Because I don't know what, what post it exactly was. And I also want to open up Blue Sky. I think I liked the... I might have even re-skeeted it. But there's two art... things that are like perfect examples of why I'm like shifted into wanting to do stuff more frequently. And also, like, I think it was TikTok that I saw from an artist. On how to, like, the difference between hobby and, like, improvement and whatnot. Alright, here's this one. And once this actually loads, I'll have the other one. I have to hunt down the one because it's their comparison of their art from like cut off photo one from 3 years ago to today. Or well, oh, actually no, that was just yesterday. But their one of their more recent works. I gotta make sure that it's not, well, not safe for work. I don't think that it is. They don't really draw anything like super not safe for work, but just to be safe. Okay, yeah, it's got rat butt, but I don't think that there's anything actually showing. I mean, it's no worse than my freaking BRB screen. But let me migrate myself down here and then bring up this. But here's one of the two, which, by the way, follow this artist. They do very cute Toho art. Excuse me? Can I... My CPU has just decided that it is going to tank, I guess. But the improvement that they've made over 3 years, and then the improvement that this person has also made over 3 years, ironically enough. Which, again, follow them as well. They do fantastic artworks. But they do very nice artworks. And it's something that came to mind because, okay, I can actually use one of my other models as an example for this. So we're going to switch to Winter Comfy for a hot second. Also, VTube just does remember, like, what I have set to, what toggles I have on, apparently. For certain things. Winter, or Summer Comfy, for some reason, just remembers what toggles are on. But, like, we see this? The rendering that I did for the stomach on this? For the lighting and whatnot. To accentuate and whatnot. And you can see, like, the difference between this and, like, the Obviously, I put a decent chunk of time into rendering and whatnot for this model and whatnot, right? And you can see, I mean, even the piece right here, this is one of the better ones that I've done for, like I said, this is like the first other eggplant artwork that I've done that I'm not, like, at least to a certain degree, a little disappointed in. It's normally the face that gets me on working on her arts because of the way that they wind up doing. Let me see if I can find some good examples as far as, like, me being happy with, or like me, like, putting a lot of time into, versus me not. Because there's definitely pieces where I put, like, a lot of time in. Like the stomach of this, and then ones where I, like, had to cram because I was, like, the same day as, and freaking forgot about the fact that it's someone's birthday or anniversary until right beforehand. I think this is a good example for that. I'm not going to use old arts as, like, an example because that's just, you know, experience differential. I think this is a good example as something that I crammed in, like, a short time frame. I'll also open up another, like, the other more direct comparison art. Let me shrink this down. Also, I'm moving this because I think that there might be ones that are in the surface thing that are not safe. Hello, can I actually open up the other Awu piece? Move myself down here because we're going to use completion list as our thing again. But, like, this is an example I'd use as something that I didn't, like, spend a lot of. I spent a couple. Can we not with the freaking everything breaking when I try and freaking show stuff off here? But, like, it's not, like, bad. It still shows, like, obviously my freaking experience and whatnot. But there's a notable difference between, like, this, that was done in a couple hours, versus, like, this, which was done in over a couple days, or this was also a couple hours, but it was started the day beforehand, I believe. So, like, I had time to, like, think of lighting effects and whatnot, and all that jazz. I don't know. Right. There's a difference in my rendering on these two versus this, which is cel-shaded-ish. And I'd like to, like, learn proper rendering a bit better, because this isn't, like, perfect. The edge on this is still harder than it, I think, should be, especially, like, here, where it doesn't do exactly what it should. That's more like me knowing better after time versus anything else. And, like, let me move myself here while I'm hunting. Let's do that in comparison to some of the things from this year where I kind of threw them together in like an hour. An hour is an exaggeration on how short the time frame was, but like, I didn't pre-plan anything or anything. I'd honestly probably put my patchouli work from this year in that department, because there's a few glaring errors with it, at least from my perspective. I'm not really disappointed with the fleshy work, but it's an example of cramming last minute. The Dia work, the Dia art is also an example of cramming last minute. I really love how loading an image from my own goddamned... We've gotten to the point where freaking loading pictures is... I mean, I've already established that saving pictures on its own is already a problem. And let me let me point out that I'm not super disappointed with like many of these, or any of these really. But there is again, rendering is one big thing about them. And also, like, errors that occur because I didn't put any planning into it. The gap between, like, this should be here when it wraps around because it's here on this side. I don't do any, like, real rendering when I freaking... am cramming, which I probably should. I don't know, there's a lot of things that I want to like I said, I want to improve my scheduling so I have time in order to put the extra effort that I really want into all of my works. For rendering and for posing and whatnot, so we don't have arms way up here in a pose like this. Because this looks weird to me. It probably doesn't look as weird to like other people, but to me it looks weird. It probably does look weird, because her arm's like this, but her torso's facing this way, so this arm really should, like, cross up under or something for more comfort, because I don't know if any of you guys have like tried to lay like this. It is not comfortable for your other arm. This one's fine. Fingers are a bit weird, but this one I'm not like disappointed with. This one I saw, like I said, like the day or around the same time. The day after I did this, I saw someone draw Nano in effectively the same pose, and the sleeve looked so much better. And that's like one of those things, like, there are so many things that I want to like learn and whatnot. So that's part of why I've I wanted to do more practice and whatnot. I've like, as part of my schedule, like, put practice in here, and I should put more practice than just an hour, but, you know, as like a starting point to see how things flow with the schedule. That's why it's 1+ hour. Like, if I can get like 3 hours of practice going, then, like, fantastic, dude. Because here, let's just at this point swap over to this, and let me bring up Clip Studio. So that we can, like, show the difference. And I guess that I'm just staying in the winter comfy outfit now. Let me bring this up simply so that I have this. I'm bringing Clip Studio to my primary monitor, because at this point we're using this as like our example. It also makes things easier because I don't have to constantly swap between shit. But let's look at we'll start off with like a model gap, right? Like, we have this, and this was only like a month apart between this and is this original version or is this New Eyes? This is New Eyes, but the point stands enough. There's like a month apart between these. There's obviously still like problems with this, right? But it's notably cleaner. I learned how to use the symmetry ruler for this freaking... It doesn't have stuff that's going to fuck around with like the rigging and whatnot. I still hadn't learned a lot. Like, a lot with this. And let's open up like a year later, right? Line work's much cleaner. XYZ. And then obviously, like, a year after that is Nasu 3, which is our current stuff. And when it comes to this is almost like no comparison to any of these. This one took me like a couple months, sure, between the modeling and the rigging, because I was coming off of a hiatus of like a year. I came off of a hiatus of like a year and then just jumped straight into this. That's why this is like a month later. The eyes were more similar to this, but I don't even know if it was a full month later before I did this. I did this, made a character sheet, which was effectively this without the symmetry. Used the character sheet to make this. And then, like, this model was used pretty much exclusively for 2 years, aside from when I would, like, bring up the Fumo or Liss. This was... I started work on it in December of 2023. Right? Yes. And then it wasn't done until April of 2024. So this one, like, was multiple months of work versus all of these. Now, a big example that people always do is the gap in my work between the start of 2022 and the end of 2022. So let's see if we have any good examples of the start of 2022. When was this? Was this 2022? That was May of 2022. This was April of 23. This one might be what we use. Well, April to May. Because, again, April was basically when we got back to art, right? So this is... I love how this is created April 15th, 2023, but modified May 27th of 2022. Our Tuhus might actually be a better example, maybe. Let's see here. This is 2021. I'm not going to count 2021 because it was like right before my year-long hiatus. So let's go with this, right? This is 2022. And then let's also open up something later in the same year. Like near the end of the same year. When was this? This is 2023, I think. Or we could do like a year later for like progress report kind of deal. Also, let me set this to shuffle. Juniper's anniversary, when was that? That's November, so that's over a year later. That's gonna be September, because that's Birthmas. When is this? This is October. This is October of 2022, so that's a decent example of like the gap between the beginning and the end of the year, which is already a decent gap. When's the next Nari stream? Am I right, kids? When was Ray's original debut? June of 2023. That's actually a pretty good reference point in the gap. So like this compared to this, there'd been a decent like improvement. I'd learned a little bit more about shading. I had freaking learned proportions a little bit better. The head's a little big, but we're good. We're making progress. "2024 is a very good reference point. I mean, this is later in 2023, which I think is really good, actually. Even Bedu said that that had been my best work up until then. And then a good, like, this is actually perfect because we have an exact year gap between this and this, which I have improved exponentially. Like, it is probably one of my better examples of anything. And it's probably one of my better examples for why I want to focus more on, like, improving more. I'm not going to use the Rhea one as an example because I think that's one of my better pieces from this year. But Flan takes a bit of a hit due to the gap for me trying to finish her up in like less than 24 hours. She also kind of takes a hit because I had recently started I'd like days before started my new diet, right? The Dia piece from this year already went over. Suffers from that. The Reiwa art I'm actually not that, like, disappointed with. It also suffers a bit from, you know, last-minute-itis, I guess is the best way to put it. But I don't think that it came out too bad because I was smart and shifted the way that I was doing the lighting. Rather than doing shading, I did top lighting. And I think that saved the way that it looked in my brain. But like, we go for last year's Dia piece, and then compare it to this year's Dia piece, and it's one of the ones that suffers more from last-minute-itis. There are definitely parts where I've improved. The ears are definitely an improvement. The hair has improved. But like the dynamic pose, freaking composition and whatnot, each take a little bit of a hit. That's part of why Exploration series kinda died out, because it was also suffering a lot from last-minute-itis. That's like Lumi's art. I don't think it came out bad, but it has a little bit of last-minute-itis to it. But yeah, there's a good chunk of things that are a combination of last-minute-itis and me not really putting as much practice as I used to into things, I guess is the best way to put it. Because in 2022 to 2023, I had been doing like an artwork a week. 2024, I did notably less. 2023 to 2024. And then this year I've also, like, aside from the monthly Nasu pieces, taken a bit of a hit. Like, let's go through how many birthdays there have been. One. Two. I'm also going to... I'm not going to count ones that I didn't know about at the time. And I'm not going to count ones that... I don't have enough connection to where I would have for sure done one. Three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Now we're in June, so we're going to be 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Because everyone on the 30th falls under our 26 and 27. And then obviously I'm not going to count anything that is after today because those don't count yet. So we have 27. And how many of these did I actually do art for? One. Two. Three, four. I'm going to count Theta's birthday as a yes. Because the Pride piece was kind of also a birthday present. So 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. Now let's see what that is as a percentage. Less than 30%. It is 29.6%. If we round it up, it is 30%. Comparatively, let's see. I mean, no, wait. No, never mind. Okay, we're gonna do this a little differently. We'll remove... This is also going to be comparatively... Alright, so... So let's look at... First, let's count how many that we would have known of last year. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, right? Actually, did I? No. 13. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 'So comparatively, we knew of 19 birthdays last year at this point in time. That have passed by this point in time. And how many did we do for that? One. 2, 3. 4, 5. 6. 7, 8, 9. 10. Which is 52%. It's not a good reference point because we knew of less, so the percentages matter a little bit less. I mean, comparatively, We're still at 42% if we only go by last year's amount. Or, yeah, if we go by how much we knew of last year. So we did 10% more last year. This is a little bit... I am gonna do this like as the proper reference point, because this is also skewed because some of these are ones that I found out the day of. Like Nudi's birthday is considered in this, and I found out about her birthday the day of. But a 10% gap, right? And 2 whole pieces less. I've kind of done more pieces this year because I've been doing monthly Nasu art. Well, I was still doing the exploration series last year as well, so... I don't know, it gets complicated when you start factoring in other things. But that's the point, right? So that's why I want to, like, practice more, like, as part of my schedule. It's because I actually want to, like, improve. It's also why I did the whole calendar thing, so I can put the actual effort into birthdays and anniversaries and whatnot, rather than just being sprung up on, like, last minute. Like, this actually isn't marked like it should be. Today should be marked with a birthday. Ooh, it's Camilla's birthday. And I opted not to do art because I didn't find out about it until right before I went to sleep, and I knew that I was not going to have the time to actually do it and make it look decent. Because I would have to think of a pose, I would have to think of a theme, I'd have to think of freaking X, Y, and Z. I'd have to find a good reference point. I'd have to find a good reference for the pose. I'd have to, well, that last bit might have been a bit easier because apparently, I mean, I didn't know this at the time, but Julian found out that Design Doll has the ability to like set something to have perspective. So, like, that could have been done easier. But the point of it is I didn't want to cram, because part of my whole thing for this year has been that I want to just improve and start doing works that I'm proud of, rather than doing works just to get works out. I still want to try and actually get arts done for these events, but I don't want to put out stuff that I'm not happy with. Like, I did start work on the topless art for her birthday, but I wasn't happy with how it was coming out at all. I was also fucking crashing out that day. Due to, well, like we established at the beginning, whole event thing, fucking whatever. And the fact that we just found out that PC shit was going tits up, and everything else. So I scrapped it. The idea is going to be reused still for Totless. But it's been adjusted. I'll be right back though. I have to use the bathroom. Oh, Lord. Yeah, I'd like to get PC stuff sorted out sometime this century. Actually, is Neon Red before this? No. Oh, I should probably turn my beat right back off. Oops, the fuck has pinged me? You know, it's kind of nice, though, when it comes down to it, to actually be not fucking as crashed out. Like, I don't know. Having a proper schedule rather than I do what my brain feels like at the time, fuck the rest of it. If I can keep up with it is very helpful. It also helps, like, actually finally separating myself from certain things. Because, like, I have this bad habit of sitting around and not just getting out of situations that are stressing me out and whatnot. And, like, there's certain places that I like to return to, like, that I disappeared from a while back. But I really do, like, get in my own head about certain things. Like, I'm mutuals or friends with certain people that I stopped being in the community of a while back. Which is very ironic, I guess, in a way. Just being like, oh yeah, I left your community 2 years ago. Oh, you followed me back. Well, this is awkward. No, it's not really all that awkward, but It is kind of funny that it winds up happening like that in a way. And then that kind of, in its own way, traces back to the, it's really fucking weird being closer with people that I barely know, or rated once or twice, or have interacted with maybe twice, than some people that I, until recently, had called friends for actual years. Minor emergency, I really have to use the bathroom. I'll be right back. there the instant you get in here. Alright, sorry about that. I don't remember where I was in conversation. But yeah, after stream, I kind of wanna get an actual like schedule time frame set up at some point. Because as it stands, all I have is like the basic order of things. I wake up, I do whatever I do for the few hours before stream. I stream. I eat. Honestly, when it comes, like, when we get more into the cold weather, I might even start stream a little earlier. Right now, it's just too hot, and I freaking wind up not wanting to go live until 9. Because then the sun's down, and then I'm not fucking dying. Right! I remember where I was. Yeah, I kind of miss some of the old stomping grounds to a certain degree. I have no idea what the culture's like in any of them anymore, but I do kind of miss them. I don't think that any of my friends from them are even active anymore. I mean, Christ knows that the closest ones that I had, I've not heard from in over a year, so. Fuck, dude. I mean, it's just kind of the VR chat problem in general. Like, I don't know, I've probably removed a dozen or so people. Just because I'd look at it and see last active 2 years ago or something like that. Last active 5 years ago. Now, normally it's not that bad, but like, because I'll probably remove them at like 3 years or something, but it's like, when I like first returned all those years ago, and like, people that I was really close to, just seeing last online 3 years ago, or people that I got like close to that day, and then myself disappearing for a couple months, and then realizing that they hadn't been on since, and then like coming back afterward like a year after I met them, and then being just gone. It was a little sad, I won't lie. Because I don't know. Like, no matter how it plays out, I kinda I kind of wish that I just didn't have people disappear. So I think that everyone kind of has that kind of thing. And I guess that I'm a little more conscious of it currently just because of, you know, how things have gone for the past couple of weeks and whatnot. Where I just kind of reached that point where realizing that I needed to separate myself from certain things, or realizing that people that I thought were friends are not really. Because regardless of like anything else, like if numbers become like a priority above the friendships, then it's not a friendship, dude. You can try and you can like grow. That's not the thing. It's like it's when you start trying to undercut or like just avoid or not freaking interact with people that you were friends with in order to, in exchange, advance. That's when the problem comes in. Because honestly, at that point, or like, how do you even classify yourself as like their friend if you're just only even considering when it's advantageous? And it's weirdly topical to talk about that after, like, grand scheme of things, the streamer space being like that for, like, the past fucking however many months, actually, at this point. Because, I mean, we had the whole Cinder thing a couple months back. We have recently had, like, the Ludwig thing, which he finally apologized for. At least he apologized, like, in the end. And it seemed to be a genuine apology, so can't really argue with that. But I don't know, dude. It's weird being affected by it directly, you know? Like, these other ones, obviously, is like degrees of separation or not associated with me at all, or like just shit going on way up out of my freaking jurisdiction or even point of view if I didn't hear about it from the people that are actually like neck deep in it or whatever. And then on the other end, like, finally getting affected by it, like, firsthand and whatnot, and it's just like, man, this fucking sucks, dude. And, like, I thought I was crazy. I thought that I was, like, overthinking things or, like, being unreasonable or whatnot. And then the more I talked to people and, like, they're like, no, you're being perfectly reasonable. Like, I somewhat noticed, but I didn't freaking, like, notice to that degree, and, like, or I didn't freaking know X, Y, or Z, or whatever, and it's like, oh. No, I'm not being crazy. Me thinking I'm crazy is me gaslighting myself, thinking that this is... We're being, like, self-doubting and whatnot, I guess. And then freaking... I don't know, dude. I almost just gaslit myself into thinking that I was the crazy one, thinking that I was overthinking things, and then all of a sudden it's like, no, even people that are close to them are like, oh, I didn't think about it at the time, but, you know, you're fucking right, I guess. Or other people going, oh no, that thing that I said the other day, no, that was in relation to the exact same fucking thing. I'm like, oh. I guess that's just an effect of... I don't know. I hate to use the word toxic positivity or whatnot, but like... not wanting to stir the pot to a certain degree. Because we'll freaking not comment on certain things, just let it slide if, like... it meets certain parameters or whatever. That was unexpected. I did not expect to suddenly just get freaking bass in my ear. I'm skipping that though. Oh, big yawns. There you go. Okay, that was annoying. Sorry, I freaking got ADHD, or not ADHD, but OCD'd for a moment there, because there was something affecting my finger, and I had to peel it. Oh god, what am I being sent? You know, fair enough. But I don't know. I just kind of wanted to yap a bit and, like, tangent and talk about things going on and whatnot, like with my brain and whatnot. Because that's what chat is half the time, is freaking unpaid therapy, I guess. I don't know. Heck, freaking if you watch Phasure unpaid therapy. They're all insane. There's one from SVA who's literally like, her persona is someone in a fucking straitjacket, like, insane. I don't remember her name off the top of my head, but like, a lot of people like have interesting designs and whatnot. I was tempted to do something along those lines not too long ago. Not necessarily like a straitjacket, but to get like an unconventional type outfit, you know? Maybe we actually do like a Nasu swimsuit next year or something. I would have to redesign it a bit, and I don't know. I'm always apprehensive to do swimsuit type things just because of how Twitch is with how they handle their rules and shit. Like, they're not as inconsistent as some people would state, but like, they're still very inconsistent. Because there is no, like, uniform kind of deal, and it can just be down to whatever mod comes across you is feeling that day. Unless you are one of, like, the freaking people that they absolutely hate. Like, I think Tech Toad's one of those people that they hate to the degree where they're just gonna, like... Because they've outright stated... There's a mod out there that is outright stated publicly, or not publicly, but like, in correspondence with them, like, yeah, you're gonna get banned at this time on this thing, and it's gonna be like, it might be your final ban, you might just get permit for it. And I don't think that someone being, like, abrasive should just be the be-all end-all of you're getting banned kind of deal. Like, he's abrasive and freaking loud and whatnot, but I don't know. Actually watching some of his stuff, he doesn't seem like to have crossed any lines. Some of the stuff he says I don't agree with, but like... He hasn't really done anything that stands out as this guy deserves to be banned. As opposed to, like, there's some people that for sure deserve it. And they aren't. And some of them have, like, improved for sure. Like, freaking 2023 Mordecai, freaking... But she hasn't been mentioned at all, so I'm assuming that either she has just stopped Twitch streaming in general, or has stopped doing... has run out of metas to try and freaking do, I guess. I still stand by the fact that the green screened ass meta was at least creative. You can say what you want about it, like, that it crossed a line, or freaking everyone involved in it should have been banned, or whatever, because, I mean, I guess. But it was at least creative, dude. Glass chair colonoscopy girl freaking was after that, and as far as I know, never got banned. She for sure should have gotten banned. But who knows? Stuff way back then was all kinds of just fucked up, dude. I still, like, if it was something that people still remembered, I'd probably have actually put on the summer comfy outfit, actually put on the remember what happened on freaking December 15th, 2023, or don't ask Twitch what happened on that date, or whatever. But honestly, no one gives a shit anymore. So much shit has happened that's 10 times worse since then that no one gives a fuck, dude. And honestly, I don't even give a fuck. Even the people directly involved that, like the people that did dumb shit and just were actively trying to be malicious about it, no one gives a fuck anymore. At all. Because they've done worse shit since then. I mean, the only thing I freaking know about Mordecai anymore is that, like, she's done, I actually got freaking a gift sub to Camilla from her, so she's at least got her account still. I don't know if she does anything anymore. She's at least chill with some VTubers, I guess, so it is what it is. Hey Ray, how you doing? But we... Oh, I thought you had passed out. I thought you just decided to take another nap. Christ knows we're reaching that point where I need food because I feel like I need a nap. I mean, yeah, Twitch Mobile is dog shit. And only getting worse with every fucking update they do for it. I exclusively use it for sound test stuff. Oh, fair enough. Actually, that was a song there just a moment ago that I really wish that I had gone to. Not this, but maybe this, maybe? Maybe. No, wait, I was wrong anyway. That was the other song. But yeah, we've been yapping about freaking several different things, I guess is all the operative way to put it. This coming weekend, for one, part of the reason why I've adjusted my schedule and my freaking brain pan frying my brain as far as me feeling like I'm not doing enough as far as art goes. I mean, it's partially right, because not practicing and then trying to cram in certain art pieces in like a day, less than 24 hours. It's my improvement plateau that is the main thing on that. Because I don't practice as much as I should. Like, about this time last year, I was learning like lighting techniques and whatnot. And then this year, it's like I learned how a tentacle can wrap around another soft tubular freaking object for the whip. Which, I mean, I guess that if I freaking want to do, I don't know, tentacle corn in the future is useful. I need to learn to properly draw dicks in order to do that, though. But yeah, I want to learn how to, like, render and whatnot, and learn, like, soft shading and whatnot a little bit better and whatnot. I tried out that one technique that Julian showed off that someone posted. And I don't know, I'm not a huge fan of how it works. It's fine. That's what I used for this. It's fine, but I don't know. The exact technique for it is not exactly something that I think that I'll use regularly. But who knows? Maybe. Maybe. It's a whole thing in itself, I suppose. Oh, right. Because the fairy update came out. I thought that I didn't figure that that was going to come out until like actual midnight or whatever. Oh yeah. I mean, what is the difference between early morning or last night? It's night for someone. Some people call it morning if it's midnight, so it's a matter of perspective. These people are a little insane, but I mean, I guess they're not, like, insane. It's technically correct, but most of the time they're assholes, so... Well, actually... currently searching for one specific song among 521 songs, so my brain is... Okay, well, fuck you if you're gonna freaking scroll all the way back to the top when a song freaking changes. You dick. I guess we're not doing that after all. You gotta love programs. I don't. I absolutely hate them. But I am kind of looking forward to tomorrow to a certain degree. I want to just stay in my own lane, not acknowledge anything else for the rest of the weekend, and we'll have a nice FAFO Friday where I play a game that I got for free. And hopefully my computer doesn't die when it happens. That's a plus, at least. as far as to how everything actually does play out. It'd be nice if I got to play D&D this weekend. That would be a nice way to, you know, spend my Saturday. FAFO Friday, D&D on Saturday, work on recording and editing on Sunday, a nice trio of days where I don't want to die, and then one less thing causing me to crash out every 3 days. It'll be great. I mean, I still have money problems and I still have PC problems, so there is always the lingering stress until the PC problems is fixed. But hopefully I don't have a same reason of crashing out after this weekend. If I do, then I just need to freaking... I don't know. I don't know what the freaking solution is to that at that point. That's a plus, at least. I'd expect a full-on DLC to have taken longer. Unless you are just talking about the update. Not the DLC on top of it. Oh, good. One moment, sexually harassing my friend's original characters. I mean, it's mostly just posting staring emotes. But yeah, freaking... I don't know. If we do reach a point where I freaking am crashing out for the same reasons shortly after this grouping, I don't know. Maybe I just, I don't know, retire and become a hitman or something. Maybe I'm in the wrong field of work. I think that's the thing, though, like... There's a degree of separation in, like, base entertainment. like, in basic entertainment and whatnot, you have, like, your freaking co-workers and your directors and your freaking whatever. There's no, like, necessary connection there. You're not necessarily friends with your director, or not necessarily friends with your co-stars, or whatever. And if you're in voice acting, you might not even see them ever. You could just freaking never see each other, and despite the fact that your characters interact for, like, the entirety of a movie. But in, like, the streaming space and the freaking VTubing space and whatnot, like, people are intended to be so interconnected, like, theoretically, right? That, like, I don't know, you walk in to a recording booth or something, and say that you are in one of those instances where someone actually has both you and the person that you're supposed to be talking to in the booth at the same time. You're there for a paycheck. They're there for a paycheck. Transaction. Maybe you get drinks afterward if you're, like, friendly with each other and you've done other jobs together before or something like that, right? Theoretically, in, like, the VTubing space and streaming space and whatnot, you're, like, if you're collabing with someone, you're friends with them, or, like, friendly with them or something. Or you're just trying to climb rungs in certain cases, I guess, but, like, those are normally people that are less looked fondly upon. So who fucking knows, dude? So it just kind of becomes a bit of a issue of why. Just if you just want to freaking walk in and love ads. No, I don't. This will probably be our last topic for the night, and I really need to get food. We'll stop our conversation though for now. We'll wait for those that are in ad break on Twitch to get out of ad break. No ad breaked. Thank you, Guts. Very cool. Oh, ad still says it's got another minute on it. I'm surprised. I don't know, maybe Starchild freaking did another bad, and now freaking Twitch is experiencing another adpocalypse. not freaking banning the reason that ad runners keep freaking pulling out. But who am I? Who am I to freaking tell Twitch that they're doing stupid? I'll probably be ending soon-ish after the, after we finish the topic of, you know, the whole streaming versus... Fuck. Streaming versus most other entertainment venues kind of deal. But yeah, the interconnectivity of, you know, streaming and VTubing, in theory, like, you aren't, in most cases, acting, right? So people are going to feel like the vibes and whatnot, and it's not edited down to where, like, it's exclusively, you know, the good takes, like it would be in, like, an actual production kind of deal. So if you do dog shit, and it's clear that you're just there to freaking get a paycheck, people are going to fucking know. It's the long and short of it. And some people are just not going to want to freaking associate with that kind of logic. And especially after freaking, again, like we talked about earlier tonight, especially after the whole Cinder thing happened. People aren't gonna freaking, like, once people realize that you're just there to freaking advance exclusively, you're either only gonna find other people that want to undercut you in order to freaking advance themselves, because, I mean, you've done that to other people, freaking, you must have some tasty little underbelly there for me to cut out. Aside from that, you're rapidly just going to lose people that want to interact with you, because fucking, if you've done it 100 times, who's to say that you're not going to do it 101st time? No one's gonna fucking trust that shit. If you've done it directly to someone, who's to say you're not gonna do it again? People talk. And for most of us, we're actually, like, you know, interconnected with people, so if you're gonna, you know, act like a snake, people are gonna warn others not to step into that grass. Anyway, let's see who there is to raid. I normally wouldn't raid into Final Fantasy, but I may raid into Kraka. Unless there's someone else that stands out, like, heavily. What are you playing? You're not just chatting, but you're playing something, it looks like. It's like that robot game that Tepper and I were going to play. Not really actually chatting. Maybe. You've migrated to Dark Souls 3. So if I was gonna raid into a game, I'd raid into Kraka. Let's see what their chat's looking like. 'Cause there are certain individuals that sit around that I don't really want to deal with. Everyone that's in there currently seems to be not on my shit list. Yeah, most of everyone that's in there is pretty chill. As far as I know, anyway. Sure. It's been a while since I've raided Kraka. She's raided me 4 or 5 times since I last raided her. Because she normally runs, or she normally ends much earlier than I do. I wouldn't say she runs shorter than I do, but she ends earlier than I do. While this is all loading, I guess I'll go through announcements. No major announcements! Tomorrow I'll try and play the game that I got sent for free. Which will keep the title of a little bit of a surprise. Because they wanted, because they wanted me to, you know, take a look at it and whatnot. Saturday is a little up in the air. It's scheduled for me to be live, and I'd like to keep up with that. But A, if we have D&D, and B, Tepper decides not to stream, it's a little up in the air. If you want to know, though, if I am live that day, there's the socials. You can join the Discord, follow me on Twitter, or follow me on Blue Sky in order to keep up to date on things such as when I go live, what I'm going live with, and art like you see in the corner. And like we talked about for like an hour earlier. How has this not loaded yet, dude? But Jesus fucking Christ, dude. The window's literally not even freaking loading at this point. This is absolute absurdity. Okay, is it because there is technically two playing right now? Like, if I freaking pause this, will this play? That way I'm actually around for it? For the raid? We'll try. Hopefully, if not, then my freaking phone keeps up with it. But yeah, that's gonna be for me tonight. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you for the follows, raids, all that good jazz. And I will see you guys tomorrow if all goes to plan. And hopefully we'll have a nice weekend and I won't crash out. Thank you all so much for watching. Once again, and I will see you guys. Jesus, I freaking put something else into my freaking usual spiel and I freaking threw myself off. Either way, behave yourselves, you know the rules. If you harass my friends, I will completely and utterly ban you with no chance of appeal. Love y'all. Bye.